So we're
Yeah.
talking today about July the 8th, 1964, and what that revelation really meant for the world as a whole, and in
Yes.
particularly the New Age movement and what that means.
Yes. Well, it's the New Age movement through the centuries, and it does go back thousands of years in a way, in that there are early prophecies about the New Age in biblical records, in Sanskrit legends or records, in the Greek legends, in Native American and other parts of the world legends. There's a reference to this time of a great new paradise, a new heaven upon earth, a wonderful time, often just preceded by a great cataclysm and a sorting, and sometimes even in some of these legends a destruction of people in a part of the human race. And it's very evocative of that statement in the seventh blessing: she has not as yet demanded that you change or leave. But what I think the New Age movement as a whole does not understand is the reason for it. And that reason is what you referred to there, the initiation of Earth on July the 8th, 1964. It's about the planet. It's not actually about humanity. We're a side effect of it. The Earth is going to change, and the question is, will we change with her? In the 12 Blessings, you'll see right in the early pages, it's described as the cosmic concept for the new Aquarian age. And it's a New Age teaching. It was delivered for the New Age. In fact, it was delivered earlier than was originally planned, some 50 years earlier or more. And so it's absolutely for the Aquarian age, as it will be. It's therefore a more logical expression, a more complete expression, and the cosmic revelations are made which were not made before. And in the seventh blessing, which we're focusing on as we're chatting here, it's very clearly that is, we're commanded to think about this, and this is of vital importance. And there's that telling statement, of course, she has not yet demanded that you change or leave. To understand that, though, you need to see it in this Aquarian logical manner. It's not a threat. It's not a God full of rage punishing iniquity or this sort of thing that you might get in some biblical prophecies. It's a natural sorting, a natural choice that people can make and will make consciously and unconsciously in this period of transition. This is the biggest and most important revelation that's been made about the initiation of Earth. Everything flows from that. And some people, they see it as a punishment for those who aren't ready. And that again is not the way of looking at it. There's no such thing really as a punishment in the law. There's teaching in the law of karma, not punishment for the sake of punishment. It's all to help us to grow and evolve and learn. What does it mean? She has not yet demanded that you change or leave. Leave to go where? And the answer to that is given in the Aetherius Society teachings, which is leave to go to another planet, but go there in order to learn. Those people who just cannot withstand the high bombardment of spiritual energy which will come in the New Age, as what was called the ionosphere comes down and so on, that will not be livable for people who don't make the changes internally.
Do you mean that would be a more appropriate classroom for them to learn and evolve and make their journey back to God?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not desirable. It's not something anyone should seek. We should all, I believe, seek to prepare ourselves for the New Age and try and help others to prepare themselves for the New Age, so that as many people as possible are ready and can move, if you like, with the Mother Earth into her New Age. It's her age, not ours. But for those who don't do that, who choose not to do it, again, it's not like they're going to be, you can come, you can't come. It's people will make that their own choice. And those who just resist spiritual change, they will need, we're told, to go to, as you rightly say, to another classroom in order to learn. That's why we're all here.
So when we talk about that personal choice that we're making, in order to make that inner change within ourselves, what would those choices be like, or what things would we be choosing?
I think some of the choices are quite conscious If, for example, you know the teachings of the Aetherius Society, then it's spelt out for you very, very clearly. In the book, for example, You Are Responsible, the final chapter of that book is called The Initiation of Earth. And there, the communicator, Mars Sector 6, great intelligence who gave the 9 freedoms, he spells out that choice, as indeed does the Master Aetherius. But I think some of the choice will also be unconscious. It'll be people who are drawn, even superconscious, drawn intuitively to the light in a whole variety of ways. There isn't one way. The Aetherius Society is a way I recommend. Obviously, I believe it's the most effective way, or I'd be somewhere else. But it's not the only way. Right. But people will make those choices, and if they're drawn to the light, they're also preparing themselves. Now, the key thing that we are told is that service is the order of the day. So you're not doing it primarily for yourself, you're doing it for others. But in doing that, say practicing the 12 blessings as we do online on Saturdays and on Sundays, you're doing it for others. You're sending energy out to the world. But you must also change your own consciousness every time you do it. Every time you do it, you will be risen to some degree, could be a great degree, and changed forever. And that too is a preparation for the new age.